In this video, I will be discussing about sample correlation matrix. Now suppose you want to study more than two variables, say for example, 3 or more variables. It is very tedious if you compute the correlations pairwise of these variables. In other words, it is convenient for you to apply the knowledge of linear algebra or the concept of matrices in computing the correlations of these variables. And to give you an idea, let's have this example here. Given the data matrix X, wherein we have three variables here. This is the first variable, the second variable, and the third variable here. Wherein our first variable is the study time of the respondents of our study. And the second variable is the test score of the subjects here. And the third variable is the social media time of the subjects of the study. Now, to compute for the correlations of these variables, it is necessary to compute the covariances and variances of these variables. And we have computed this one already in our previous video, wherein 80 is the variance of our first variable here. But 34.2 is the covariance between the first variable and the second variable. And negative 99.4 is the covariance between the first variable and the third variable. And also 34.2 is the covariance between the second variable and the first variable. 15.2 is the covariance between the second variable and itself. So this is just the variance of x sub 2. And negative 48.2 is the covariance between the second variable and the third variable. Also this one, this is the covariance between the third variable and the first variable. Negative 48.2 is the covariance between x sub 3 and x sub 2. While 303.2 is the covariance between x sub 3 and x sub 3. So this is the variance of x sub 3 here. So we solved that one in our previous video. Now it's time for us to solve for the correlation matrix R. Now take note that our sample correlation matrix has a formula of ds inverse times s times ds inverse. Now, what is ds inverse? So first, let us recall what is the matrix S. The matrix S is the matrix of the covariances. So we have here the covariance between the first variable and itself, the covariance of the first variable and the second variable, the covariance of the first variable and the third variable, until you will have here the covariance of the first variable and the pth variable, because we have p number of variables here. So we have also here the covariance between the second variable and the first variable, the covariance between the second variable and itself, so that's S22, and the covariance between the second variable and the third variable, and so on. You will reach here the covariance between the second variable and the pth variable. In the third row, we have the covariance between the third variable and the first variable, the covariance between the third variable and the second variable, the covariance between the third variable and itself. So that is why we have here S sub 3 until you will reach here the S, the covariance between the third variable and the pth variable. And so on and so forth until you will reach S of p sub 1. This is the covariance between the pth variable and the first variable, the covariance between the pth variable and the second variable, the covariance between the pth variable and the third variable, and so on until you will reach the covariance between the pth variable and itself here. So this is our sample covariance matrix. And if I'm going to write here the first column as our first variable, second column our second variable, third column our third variable, and the last column is our pth variable. So we have p number of variables. Also, our first row is our first variable, second variable for the second row, third variable for the third row, and the pth variable for our last row. And you notice that the subscripts of these notations here in the main diagonal of our covariance matrix are the same. We have S sub 1, 1, S sub 2, 2, S sub 3, 3, and S sub PP, because these are the covariances of the variable. Notice that this is the covariance between the variable x sub 1 and itself. In other words, that's the variance of the variable x sub 1. This is the covariance between the variables x sub 2 and x sub 2, which is popularly known as the variance of the variable x sub 2. This is also the variance of the variable x sub 3 there. And what is DS, the matrix DS? The matrix DS is a matrix whose main diagonal are the standard deviations of the variable. And we know that standard deviation is obtained by taking the square root of the variances. So we take the square root of the variance of the first variable S11 and then square root of the variance of the variable 2 and also square root of the variance of the third variable, and so on and so forth until you get the standard deviation, which is the square root of the variance of the pth variable here. So if you take the square roots, that is the square matrix whose main diagonal are the standard deviation of the first variable, the standard deviation of the second variable, the standard deviation of the third variable, and so on and so forth, which is the last one, wherein this is the standard deviation of the pth variable. So writing our matrix DS, this is the matrix, the square matrix, wherein the main diagonals are the standard deviations, and off the diagonal are all zeros here. So this is 0, the standard deviation of the second variable, and all the rest are zeros. In the third row, we have 0, but in the third element, we have the standard deviation of the third variable, and all the rest are zeros, and so on and so forth. So we have here 0, 0, 0, until you will have here the last element, which is the standard deviation of the pth variable. So this is a square matrix of size p by p here. And also we can define the inverse of this matrix DS. And the inverse of that matrix DS, represented as DS inverse, is a square matrix whose diagonal are the inverses of the standard deviations. So we have 1 over S sub 1, 1 over S sub 2, and so on, until you will have the reciprocal of the standard deviation of the last variable, which is S sub p. So writing our DS inverse here, we have a square matrix wherein the main diagonal are the reciprocals of our standard deviations here, but off the diagonal are all zeros. So we have 0, 1 over S sub 2, which is the standard deviation of the second variable, and all the rest are zeros. So we have here 0, 0, 1 over S sub 3, which is the reciprocal of the standard deviation of the third variable, and so on up to the last row, which are all zeros, but the last element is the reciprocal of the standard deviation of the last variable. Thus, solving our sample correlation matrix R, we have this formula as DS inverse times the matrix S times the matrix DS inverse. So we have the sample correlation matrix R, which is equal to the DS inverse times the sample covariance matrix S, which is 80, 34.2, negative 99.4, which we solved it already from the previous video. So this is the sample covariance matrix of our data matrix X here. So we have here 34.2, 15.2, and negative 48.2. Also we have negative 99.2, negative 48.2, and we have here 303.2. So this is our sample covariance matrix multiplied by our DS inverse. So it's a square matrix wherein the main diagonal are the reciprocal of the standard deviations. So the standard deviation of the first variable is the square root of its variance of 80. And all the rest are zeros. So this is 0, but the second element here is the reciprocal of the square root of its variance, which is 15.2. The square root of this, and we take the reciprocal. And the last row are having zeros except for the last element, which is the reciprocal of the standard deviation of the third variable, which is obtained by taking the square root of its variance of 303.2 there. So our sample correlation matrix are, we have DS inverse times the product of these two matrices. And to multiply these two matrices, we multiply the first row by the first column. So 80 times 1 over the square root of 80, the product is 4 times the square root of 5. And then 34.2 times 0, that is 0. And then negative 99.4 times 0, that is also 0. Also, we multiply the second row by the first column. So 34.2 times 1 over the square root of 80. The product is 3.8237. But 15.2 times 0, that's 0. And negative 48.2 times 0, that is also 0. Now, to obtain the next element, we multiply the third row by the first column. So, negative 99.2 times 1 over the square root of 80. And the product is negative 11.1133. And then multiply negative 48.2 times 0, which is 0. And 303.2 times 0 is 0. Also, we multiply the first row by the second column. So 80 times 0, that's 0. But 34.2 times 1 over the square root of 15.2, that is 8.7721. And then negative 99.4 times 0, that is 0. Also, we multiply the second row by the second column. So 34.2 times 0, that's 0. But 15.2 times 1 over the square root of 15.2, the product is equal to 3.8987. But the product of negative 48.2 times 0, that's 0. Then we multiply the third row by the second column. So negative 99.2 times 0, that's 0. Negative 48.2 times 1 over the square root of 15.2, we have minus 12.3630. And then 303.2 times 0, that's 0. And then multiply also these three rows by the third column. We have 80 times 0, that's 0. 34.2 times 0, that's 0. But negative 99.4 times 1 over the square root of 303.2, we have negative 5.7085. And then 34.2 times 0, that's 0. 15.2 times 0, that's 0. But negative 48.2 times 1 over 303.2, we have the product of negative 2.7681. And lastly, the third row multiplied by the first column, we have negative 99.2 times 0, that's 0. Negative 48.2 times 0, that's 0. But 303.2 times 1 over the square root of 303.2, the product is positive 17.4126. So this is our product matrix. So our sample correlation matrix is equal to the DS inverse, and we know that our DS inverse is this one. So writing our DS inverse, that is 1 over the square root of 80, and we have here 0, 0, and 0, 1 over the square root of 15.2, 0. Also this one, 0, 0, 1 over the square root of 303.2 here. And this will be multiplied by our product matrix, which is 8.9443. If you simplify 4 times square root of 5, and then this is 3.8237, and this is negative 11.1133. Also this one, the sum is 8.7721 and 3.8987. Also this is negative 12.3630, and this is negative 5.7085, and this is negative 2.7681, and we have positive 17.4126 here. So our sample correlation matrix R is the product of these two matrices. So the product of these two matrices is obtained by multiplying this first row by this first column. So 1 over the square root of 80 times 8.9443, the product is 1. And 0 times 3.8237, that's 0. And 0 times negative 11.1133, that is also 0. And then multiplying the second row by this first column, we have 0 times this number, that's 0. But 1 over the square root of 15.2 times 3.8237, we have 0.9808. And then 0 times negative 11.1133, that is 0. Also multiplying the third row by the first column, 0 times this number, that's 0. 0 times this number, that's 0. But this 1 over the square root of 303.2 times negative 11.1133, the answer is negative 0.6382. And then multiplying again these 3 rows by this second column. So 1 over the square root of 80 times 8.7721, we have 0.9808. But 0 times this number, that's 0. And 0 times this number, that's 0 also. And then multiplying this second row by this second column, we have 0 times this number, that's 0. But 1 over the square root of 15.2 times 3.8987, the product is 1. And 0 times this negative 12.3630, that's 0. And then multiplying this third row by the second column, 0 times this number, that's 0. 0 times this number, 0. But 1 over the square root of 303.2 times negative 12.3630, that is negative 0.71. And then multiplying again these 3 rows to the third column. So 1 over the square root of 80 times negative 5.7085, we have negative 0.6382. And then 0 times this number, 0. 0 times this number, 0. But 0 times this number is 0. And then 1 over the square root of 15.2 times negative 2.7681, the product is negative 0.71. But 0 times this number, that's 0. Also 0 times this number, 0. 0 times this number, that's 0. But 1 over the square root of 303.2 times positive 17.4126, the product is positive 1. So this is our product matrix. So our sample correlation matrix R is equal to 1.9808, and this is negative 0.6382. This is 0.9887. 0.08. This is 1. This is negative 0.71. And this is negative 0.6382. And this is negative 0.71. And also this one is positive 1. So this is our sample correlation matrix. So this is the first column for the first variable, second column for the second variable, and the third column for the third variable. The first row is the first variable, the second row is the second variable, third row is the third variable. And you notice that the correlation between the variable x sub 1 and x sub 1 is 1. Of course, because the correlation of any variable by itself is 1. The correlation also of the variable x sub 2 and x sub 2, it's 1. The correlation of x sub 3 and x sub 3 is also 1. So you notice that in a sample correlation matrix, the main diagonals are 1. And this 0.9808 is the correlation between the variable x sub 1 and x sub 2. And this negative of 0.6382 is the correlation coefficient between the variable x sub 1 and x sub 3. Also, this negative 0.71 is the correlation between the variables x sub 2 and x sub 3. And you notice that our upper diagonal of our square matrix is just the same of our lower diagonal in this square matrix, because this negative 0.6382 is the correlation between x sub 3 and x sub 1, which is the same with the correlation of x sub 1 and x sub 3. So it's commutative. So order of variables doesn't matter. So they are a reflection of each other, the two triangular parts of the square matrix. And we prove it correct because these are the correlations that we solve for these three variables from our previous videos. And I think this is a good place to stop.
If you learned something today, please check out my channel for more videos like this and click subscribe. Click the notification bell below so you'll get notified whenever I'll be posting a new video. Don't forget to like this video to show your support. And always remember to math your way up. Thank you.